Last night here in the city, Steve Nash, the Steve Nash Foundation, hosted their annual charity soccer game. His foundation focuses on serving underserved children in their health and personal development as well as education. As you might guess, it was filled with NBA players. Luol Deng, you saw Joel Embiid there, Larry Nance Jr. Emmanuel Mudiay put on his coaching cap on the sideline.
I haven't talked to RJ yet. I know he was here for a little bit, but I was too busy trying to get a dub. But you know, I know his dreams are gonna come true tomorrow. And if the Knicks go ahead and decide to take him, I know he'll be very, very happy. And like I said earlier, I think he has a chance to be a really good player.
RJ is great, man. He's crafty, left-handed, but you know, he knows how to score. He has a knack for the game. He's going to pick the game up pretty quick. I'm looking forward to seeing him play for many years.
We saw RJ make an appearance, and you made it a point to make sure you said what's up on his way out. Are you guys friends, buddies? Have you encouraged him in this process?
That was the first time I spoke to him, first time I met him. But I just wanted to make sure, you know, I didn't have to go through it myself, but I've seen a couple of guys go through it. You know, being drafted so high up and possibly being handed the keys to a team is a daunting task for some, and you know, obviously he's an incredible player, and I just wish him the best, and I know he'll handle it with class.
A fantastic event last night in the city. RJ showed up about 5 minutes into the game and stayed till halftime. He was signing autographs with kids, obviously supporting his godfather, and then got love from some other NBA guys.
I thought it was interesting that Larry Nance Jr. said he'd never met him before, right?
Yeah.
And went out of his way to go over to him, to say hello to him, to wish him all the best. That's a sign. That's obviously a sign of respect, right?
That's an NBA family. Just welcome him in.
Yeah.
And it's good to see him out there in New York. You know, being out there with the kids and already because they're going to be cheering him on. You know, he's a New Yorker now, and he's ingratiating himself into the city, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, it's exciting, and you know, it's great that he showed up there. Looked like you guys were having a lot of fun. Who was scoring all the goals?
So Luol Deng was MVP.
Okay,
he's good.
He's very good.
What was Embiid doing on that?
So Joel showed up on the back of his Vans and like destroyed these shoes. Then he actually put on cleats and he like dove on the floor and tumbled over, and then he sat down.
If you're the Sixers, you're like, no.
But Tobias Harris was also there, and so there was some back and forth whether he would return to Philly. It was a really cool event to see the guys kind of come together. And talking with Emmanuel, you know, we obviously talk about what have you been up to this offseason, and he's, you know, in the gym working on his game. He said he put on his fizz cap to coach a little bit, so he was pleased with his coaching job.
He's going to be a restricted free agent, so keep an eye on what his future is going to be, whether it's here or elsewhere. But you were around this whole thing, so you might have heard, it got back to me that some fans were yelling to RJ as he's walking by, what are you doing in the city? What are you going to do tomorrow? And he said, apartment shop.
He did. He was on his way out, and he was very great. His team was like, no interviews, but he responded to folks walking and shouting at him. But again, we keep talking about this kid's poise. And I think it was special that he was there to represent his godfather, who was not there expecting the birth of his 5th child. So he couldn't make his own event.
Wow.
Yep, he had to fly back to LA.
Congratulations, Steve.
Yeah, good for him.
Super cool. It was a really fantastic event. I mean, you just love what this kid brings to the table. And then just to see the NBA brotherhood, like you mentioned, John, come out to support such a great cause.
It's been in the city for at least 10 years.
12.
More.
12
years?
Yesterday was
okay,
12.
Yeah. So he's been doing this event for years, even back when he was a player. And it started to attract a lot of NBA players. And it was always a go-to kind of off-season event where you'd get some MLS players, some soccer players, but also a lot of NBA guys. Not all who would play, some who probably shouldn't have played, but also just coming out to support the event. So you do get a lot of a great crossover of athletes at this event. And for Barrett to be part of it is terrific, but obviously to come out to support the event that his godfather. It still blows your mind, right?
It is
like what you said, Wally, about that. It's actually
true.
It's just the fact that call your dad maybe, but no. How about every now and then just call two-time MVP?
Yeah.
having a problem with my shot. What do you think? Why not ask one of the great shooters in the game, right? What he thinks. So. You know, it's a great connection right there.
Of the actual soccer players that were there, Giovanni Reyna, who plays, and then Charlie Davies of the U.S. men's national team, the scouting report would be Luol had an actual shot at being a soccer player, and then Larry Nance Jr. would have been second.
Great athlete,
really?
Huh?
Wow.
That was the scouting report.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.